attending AT&T's focus group. This focus group is aimed towards discovering new products or services that may assist college students. Today you will be asked a series of brief questions by myself, Abby, about an exciting new technology that will revolutionize how college students address the unique time pressures associated with the college lifestyle. So let's start by introducing ourselves. We'll start right here.
Hi, I'm Jelani Sellers. I'm a junior. My major is sports management.
I'm Cody. I'm a biology major and I'm a senior.
I'm Austin. I'm a political science major and I'm a junior.
Spencer. I'm a senior and a mathematics major.
I'm Jessica. I'm a senior and I major in management and marketing.
I'm Jesse. I'm a history major and I'm a senior.
I'm Sarah. I am a business administration major and I'm a graduate student.
So let me start by asking you all, who is your current cellular provider?
Sprint.
Verizon.
AT&T.
Verizon.
Verizon.
AT&T.
AT&T. Okay, so we have a little bit of both and Sprint. What are some of the things that you like and dislike about your service, would y'all say?
I like the reliability of it. I don't go many places where I don't have service. The only few places that I've been are kind of out in west where there is nothing really going on, and I mean you wouldn't expect service to be there, but for the most part, find service everywhere.
Okay.
With Sprint, I like the free data and the unlimited text, but the dislikes, kind of bad service. If you're somewhere in the country, like Georgia Southern, you'll say bad service down there.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's more just talking about data usage. I wish it wasn't, they don't do the unlimited plans, and even when they did do it, it was really expensive. And so I just more control of the data. I think that's more of a problem like across the carriers than just Verizon.
Okay. Anybody else have any problems?
AT&T has a family plan, so you're able to share your data usage, and they also send you text message alerts letting you know like once you get to a certain point.
All right, so you like about AT&T. Anybody else?
AT&T. I have AT&T and I think that it's pretty reliable. I don't have not much trouble finding service anywhere.
Okay, let's move on. What could your cellular provider potentially do to improve your customer experience, would y'all say? What would you like to see change to make it a little better and a little easier for you to use?
Are you talking about like from like the contractual part, or are you talking about like just actual
I mean, just
the
anything,
service?
you know, would it be a simpler contract, you know, better apps, better service, you know, prices?
I would like a lot better like LTE coverage.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a lot of places I can dip out as soon as I get outside the cities, even some places right here in Carrollton. You know, even with the school here, that I'll still lose like a lot of LTE. You get down to 3G, and some places you'll lose it altogether. So I think like a better blanket of the LTE and like a really mass phase out of 3G would be nice.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's move on to something a little different. What are some things that y'all as college students struggle with the most, would you say? Like just in your day-to-day college experience?
Maybe keeping a schedule plan for your day, because as a college student you have a ton of different things happening, and usually it's different every day of the week, or every other day at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say time management. It's hard.
I think that's probably the number one opportunity and the number one obstacle in college is probably time management, because your whole life is managed for you, but practically until you get to college. And then you're sort of thrown to the wolves and you kind of have to figure that out for yourself. And you know, it is a big challenge, especially if you get overwhelmed with a bunch of things at once.
Okay, how many classes on average do each of y'all take per semester, would you say?
I would say for me it was an average of 5, sometimes taking more than that. You know, if you have labs or some classes, you know, you need the hours, but for the most part it was an average of 5.
I have 4 with occasional like 15 thrown in there.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 to 5.
5 to 6 usually.
So everybody about 5, between 4 to 6 in that range. Okay. Do any of you work jobs while you're in school, or have any hobbies that you do on the side, or you may have both? And if so, what are those? And tell us a little bit about them, how they affect your college experience.
I work at Chick-fil-A. I work in the kitchen. I work, whenever I work, it's mostly at night, and then I pick up most of my hours on the weekends, so Friday night, Saturday morning. And it's something that you just gotta plan a lot around. It's a time commitment, definitely, and it's draining, especially as busy as the Chick-fil-A in Carrollton is. So it takes a lot of effort to work there, and it's not something that you can like study on your break or take time on your shift because it's so busy.
I work on campus at the auxiliary services, and they do a really good job of like, as far as scheduling your hours is really flexible. But all of our workers, we work, all of us, like every day of the week. And so on top of scheduling around your class schedule, you then are gonna be at work. Most of the times, usually you're gonna like have class, then work for 2-3 hours, then you go to another class, then come back for another 2-3 hours, and then you're either home studying or you're gonna come back and already go to your last class. So it's not, they do a really good job of scheduling around it, but it still adds up really fast and it makes it really hard to find good solid time to sit down, study, even just like little stuff like keeping ahead of your homework can get tedious fast. God forbid, like outside activities, like any hobbies or anything like that.
See, I work in Atlanta at a company called Concessions International, and which I do. I deliver to the airport, but it's a very flexible schedule for me and my work. So if I have a lot of studying, a lot of work to do, I mean, with this schedule, with my work schedule, still flexible with my schoolwork, but like you said, so what's your name? Austin said time management, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of have the dislikes and the likes.
Yeah.
I'm a staffing manager at a catering company in Atlanta. So the commute definitely is hard to balance out when you're running 100 different directions. But I have classes Monday, Wednesdays, and then I work basically the rest of the week. And being a staffing manager, I'm pulled in 100 different directions because at work, I'm also kind of expected to take work home with me. So it's kind of at that point, what's more important, like actual work for work or homework at that point, when I'm expected to present something at work the next day, it's kind of like, well, so that's the hardest part for me.
Yeah, I've been working 2 jobs for the past year and a half. I worked in furniture retail business where I would work, 2 to 3, sometimes 4 days a week, working, about 20 to 30 hours a week there. And then I was also working at a church as a youth director. So having that to schedule that, it made it difficult because with the church, there was always these extra activities that we'd have to do, that, would kind of throw things, off to, I'd have to take off one job or, really rearrange what I was doing for school to make sure that all that could happen.
Okay, so that being said, a lot of y'all seem to think that scheduling is a problem. So just by a show of hands, how many of you have like a planner that you use and use to schedule your day? Okay, so most everyone. All right, how many of you would say that use the planner, you use it correctly, like it helps you and you stay on track of everything?